Here I am with the garden update. It's been a couple weeks, so this is pretty much long overdue. Check out this cherry tomato plant. Last week it was 4 foot tall. Now it's like 4.5 foot tall. I got my sweet minis, sweet millions. They're looking pretty good too. Got a bunch of green ones on there. My green beans here in between my tomato plants are doing good. Okra's even coming up looking pretty good. And I even got a little surprise. I was putting squash seeds in my compost bin, and they went through my compost tea, and looky there, I got a couple volunteers. So I'm going to let them go and see how they do. Unless they start taking the tomato plants out, and then they're going to be gone. But I got tomatoes coming on everywhere. Green tomatoes everywhere. Look at that one. And them. And them. I got them all over the place. So the compost tea is definitely doing some wonders. I actually cut back on it for a while. My romaine lettuce is just going nuts. I need to pull it soon. Like yesterday. Broccoli, it's looking good. So it's going to be coming out soon. And then if you can see it there, my cauliflower is coming up. Looking pretty nice. I've actually been busy. I actually tilled up some more ground. Put in 6 cabbage starts, and a relative of mine actually gave me 18 tomato plants, so I had to figure out something to do with them. I got 6 beef masters, 6 early girls, which one of them actually already has a tomato coming on it, and celebrities. So I had to figure something out to do with it. My green beans are going nuts. And check out my heirloom tomatoes. Now, I'm still not sure what kind this is, but it's looking good. It's got a really thick stalk. All of them have pretty good thick stalks. And this, if you can tell there, those I can tell are going to be Romas. They're kind of a pear shape. But everything else is still in the dark, and I'm praying for a Brandywine Black. Green beans are looking good. If you can see, there's some green beans there. I actually ate some the other night. And I got peas coming on here like crazy. And I actually picked some the other night, and they're pretty tasty. There's a pea pod for you right there. Get a side view so you can get a better idea of it. Just growing all over the place. My zucchini here, it's going nuts. I've actually picked a couple of them already, and I got more coming on. Now here, I was not expecting this. There's a cucumber, and look down in there, there's blooms all down in there. There's another cucumber coming on. More blooms up here. Just going nuts. I actually put a trellis up, so it's growing up the trellis. And over here, my tomato tree, the topsy-turvy. I actually had my first tomato off of it the other day. And looky there, got some more ripening up. Got another one right here. A couple more here that are ripening up. Got some fantastic that are going to be them big tomatoes that are growing out of it. Have to see how they go. Some more that are ripening up, and if you can see that there, that one's gone. That was the first tomato I got to eat this year out of my garden. Up here at the top of the hill, my melons. I actually built me a little TP trellis. Got a string coming down tying to the cantaloupe, And I got a little cantaloupe growing there. Got blooms all over my pumpkins. Blooms all over my watermelon. It's going crazy. And over here, my banana melon, looking good. It's got blooms. Blooms all over my honeydew melon. This stuff just started taking off over the last couple weeks, just amazing me every day. Came out here one day and then just out of nowhere, blooms and more blooms. I actually tried cloning some tomato plants out of my prunings, and I got two that are they might survive. I hope. They're not looking that great, but they're free if I get them. So we'll see how they do. If I don't update them again, that means they probably didn't make it. So we'll see how that goes. My pepper fans, my jalapenos, I've actually picked a couple of these over the last couple days, and they're great. Pretty hot, tasty. Now, I haven't tried one of these habaneros yet, but if you look in there, you can see some pretty good sized habaneros. They're just coming on all over the place on these. So, a bunch of blooms on top, still to come. They're looking great. I'm looking forward to them. Some more tomatoes there. And my other jalapeno plant. This thing is growing super tall. Down here I actually had two stems that were growing together. You see this V where it looks like it's been skinned. It was actually growing together like that. So I ripped them apart. So it's been a little time healing, but even though it's been healing, there you go. There's a bloom that's actually got a jalapeno coming out. More blooms up here. It's coming back to life. Never died, but it was stunned a little bit. Next up we have my little pepper planter, little topsy-turvy pepper planter. Got a bloom coming out there and blooms all over the place. My green peppers are doing pretty good. Banana peppers are doing good, just no peppers yet. Peppers here. I actually planted these from seed back in March. I had them in a water bottle. They were growing out of the bottom of the water bottle I had to cut off. They've done quite a bit of growing over the last couple of days, last couple of weeks. So I've had a lot going on around here. Sorry I haven't made an update, but I've been busy. Been looking for work and working on the garden, getting my free plants. I've been a little busy. Here's my other cherry tomato plant that's growing in the topsy-turvy. It's I actually had to pull it out of the sun. It wasn't looking so great. Got tipped over too off the shepherd's hook. But you can see here, I got some tomatoes that are getting ready to start turning colors. I can actually see it in them. These down here too. And they weren't looking that way yesterday, so it's kind of great. Overnight I can actually see the growth and the change in the colors. Looking good though. Flower garden's still looking good. Got plenty of flowers, attracting the bees. Strawberries aren't doing so great anymore. They never really were. Something keeps coming up and eating the radishes. I'm starting to wonder if it's aphids actually. And the spinach, it's looking browned out. But the lettuce, it's actually starting to look better over the last couple weeks, I'd say. But you can see there's an ant climbing in there. I'm wondering if they're carrying aphids around. Another jalapeno plant. It's got blooms on it, looking good. And this broccoli hasn't really been doing that great. Neither one of these up here. fall's a little behind. And there's a radish. It's actually gone to flower. So I might be getting some seeds off of it. Actually got to eat a radish the other day. It was pretty good. And these beefsteaks, bam, starting to get some blooms. Got a bloom opened up there. So they're coming along. They don't get as much sun, so they're going to be behind. Pink Oxheart tomatoes. Like I said, I had a problem with the shepherd's hook, and they actually took a fall and committed suicide. You can see a knot right there where it actually broke, but I got some new growth growing out right here. I think that's probably going to be the first sucker in a while that I haven't chopped off, so it's staying. It's new growth, looking better. Here's another one of my potted plants. These are actually determinate tomatoes. I don't know if you can see it there, but they're cherry falls, and I thought they were gonna die. I thought they'd already bared their fruit and they were done, but surprise! And one of these free plants I got, I actually took one of the plants out that was dying, and looky there, it's actually got some blooms coming on. And this one too. I just put it in the pot a couple days ago. Didn't have any potting soil, so I'm using good old nasty clay mixed with compost. So, another hot day, 80 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning, and humidity a little over 70. So I'm expecting a little more growth today, as it's probably going to be getting hotter. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them. Look, check out my cilantro. It's actually starting to go to seed, so I need to do something with this quick. But I've actually not been watering this for the last couple of weeks. I've just been scared it's going to overgrow and do what it's doing. So if you got any ideas on that, if I should just chop it down and let it grow back or what, I'd actually appreciate that. Other than that, everything's looking wonderful. And this is Jason signing out. Have a good day. Good gardening.